So our next speaker is representing our graduate and professional students, Daril Brown, who is an electrical and computer engineering student earning his PhD. His thesis research seeks to establish songbirds as a novel animal model for the development of a human speech prosthesis. Awarded as NSF Graduate Research Fellowship and a UC-HBCU Fellowship, Brown has a unique background, having earned his bachelor's in mechanical engineering from Howard University. And a master's in bioengineering at UC San Diego. He has been recognized as both a Gordon Scholar and an Institute for Global Entrepreneur, Technology Management and Entrepreneurship Fellow. Brown plans to forge a career intersecting industry and academia, developing translational neurotechnology. So please join me in welcoming future Dr. Daril Brown.
Good evening, family, friends, faculty and staff, and class of 2022. Whew, man, it has been a long 8 years to reach this stage. Yes, you heard me correct. I have been at UCSD for 8 long years. Ever since I first learned that y'all nominated me to be your graduate keynote speaker, I have been racking my brain trying to answer 2 questions. The first, how do I measure my time at UCSD? The second, what message do I want you all to carry forward as you move to the next stage of your lives? Now, that first question was tough. What metric do I use to evaluate my time here? I could measure it with friends gained. I could measure it with weight lost. I could even measure it by Kendrick Lamar albums. It's been 5. I've been here a long time. And unfortunately, I can also measure it by the incomprehensible number of videos showing the targeted harassment and murders of people who look like us. Ultimately, I decided that the best metric was the lessons and values learned while studying here, which helped me determine the answer for the second question. The theme for tonight is Neosapo, or the wisdom knot, which conveys the idea that a wise person has the capacity to choose the best means to attain a goal. And what is wisdom if not lessons learned from our past experience? See, it took me 8 long years to get here, and the person you see standing before you is not the same man who first started at UCSD in 2014. What that nice bio and all of your programs leaves out is I almost left UCSD in 2016. I mastered out of my original PhD program to escape harassment from a faculty member who has long since retired. And at the time, I seriously considered quitting science and engineering completely. I was going to give up and do something else. It was due to the support and encouragement I received from this community that I have stayed and I am here on this stage right now. So when I say I thought long and hard about this speech, I am not joking. Because I feel indebted to many people in this room, from Dr. Eben A. Williams calming me down from a panic attack, to Portia and VCI Pettit, who helped me meet with the dean, to my friends and my family and my graduate advisors who have done nothing but build me up these past 6 years. My goal tonight is to honor all the love and support I have been given. With this in mind, there are 3 key lessons that I have learned while here that I believe will empower each of you as you move to your next journey. The first, choose your values carefully. The second, Don't let anyone else define your blackness. The third, reach back as you strive forward. First, choose your core values carefully. Your core values are the metric by which you evaluate your life and your happiness. Make sure they aren't something that you can't control, like popularity or others' opinions. When I mastered out of my original PhD program, I decided I was going to prove that faculty wrong. I was going to be the best engineer I could be. I was going to do the most exciting research. I was going to get all the awards, even the highest one my old department could give. I'm not going to lie, it took me a long time to realize, but that was a terrible value. For years, I let that faculty's words undercut every victory and accomplishments I achieved. Because every time I failed, and believe me, I'm human, that is often, it would be evidence that they were right about me. So listen to me when I say, once again, choose your values wisely. By the time I finally won that award, the highest one that my old department could give, it no longer mattered to me whether or not I won it or not. Because my values, the ones that I use to evaluate all my actions, both my failures and my success, were no longer bound to proving someone wrong whose opinions never mattered in the first place. So I say to you these words of wisdom once again, pick your values carefully. Reevaluate them, write them down, plaster them on your wall, because when you are at your lowest, they are the things that will keep you moving forward. It isn't lost on me that this is the second time I have participated in Black graduation. The first time I attended this event, I had just earned my master's degree, yet I felt like I had failed. However, this time, as I stand before you, I feel as if I have succeeded, not because of those awards, or hopefully finally getting my degree, but because as I speak, I know I am living up to my core values. And I hope you will agree with me as you continue to hear me speak, as my first two core values are authenticity and compassion. Now, for my second kernel of wisdom. Don't let anyone else define your blackness. Don't let anyone tell you how to express your blackness, your queerness, your nerdiness, any part of your identity. Be your true, authentic self, because you, in your totality, are a gift to any space and institution that is blessed to have you. UCSD has come a long way, largely due to y'all's efforts. But there is a reason it needed and still needs the Black Resource Center. People love to talk about how resilient Black people are, and truth be told, we really are. But the trick isn't that we are somehow more sturdy or tougher than other people. It isn't some innate genetic or mental difference. It's because of our community. We support one another. When I was at my lowest, it was this community that lifted me up. When I was at my breaking point and I wanted to give up, it was this community that gave me a reason not to. Class of 2022, you are graduating during a pandemic that disproportionately affected our community. You had to go into your exams ready to perform after watching someone who looks like you die on camera just hours before. After all those black squares left our timelines and our classmates moved on with their lives, you had to continue attending classes. You had to continue doing your research. You had to continue to turn in your assignments, all while simultaneously experiencing your own unique struggles while processing collective trauma after trauma. In spite of it all, y'all showed up and y'all showed out. Counterbalancing trauma and pain with pure Black joy and Black excellence. Whether having impromptu kickbacks or virtual game nights, we persisted. I have watched in awe as you all have unashamedly pushed and lobbied for changes that have made UCSD all the better. And you were Black every step of the way. Keep shining, because you all thrived in a space that was never intentionally made for you. And it wasn't because you let someone else set the terms for when you can and cannot be your authentic selves. Now for my final kernel of wisdom. Reach back as you strive forward. Jackie Robinson, a personal hero of mine, famously said that a life is not important except in the impact it has on other lives. Every email I send has that quote at the end, because it is a reminder to myself and others that what we do matters. Science matters. Art matters. Engineering matters. History matters. Every discipline in this room matters because it can positively impact those around us. As you go on to the next stage of your career, make sure you do more than open the doors for the people who are coming behind you. Actively reach back and help them. Because we all are the culmination of all who came before us and are the future legacy of all those who will come after us. The marks we leave on this world will either leave it better or worse than how we found it. There is no such thing as a neutral impact. No matter how small or how great the dirt you disturb on this earth during your time here, your decisions matter. Remember that as you continue your path forward from this day. What will your impact be? Who will it affect? And will it live up to your own personal values? Class of 2022, thank you for this great honor, and I look forward to all that you will accomplish in the future. Congratulations.